Oh, it was like in the basement of a college because I'm in Long Island, and I saw like this band called Seizure, and some other band play. It was like a dive. It was a dive show, and I think someone got almost shot outside it. It was like weird, which is strange because it was in the basement of Stony Brook College. I was probably Bug Out Society played. Yeah, probably Bug Out Society. Some band called Seizure. They had a big banner on the back wall called said Seizure, fuck you. I mean, that's when I was like so young. I didn't even really get out much. Any music I heard was through older friends and family. So maybe 13, 14 years old. I gotta say, and this is kind of weird because I'm a younger guy in the younger era, but from videos I've seen and even coming into the style, John Watson, original agnostic front singer, crazy, freaky, intimidating style. He's got that look in his eye like you don't know, he might snap your neck, but he's a nice guy. Well, I mean, back in the day for me, I mean, as a young kid, I did a lot of work for my family, so I wasn't able to go to every little spot, but probably CBGB is my favorite spot. I mean, you know, that was the cake taker right there. That was it. CBGB's to me, just the vibe, the Cro-Magnon sweat on the floor. I mean, the amount of things that happened to me in there, the things I've done in there. You know, definitely for a younger guy, I definitely have a lot of interesting stories. Yeah, Rest in Pieces show as a young kid. I mean, I always heard about it. I was too young, you know. But Rest in Pieces is the one part of my heart that breaks over that. There's never again a chance to see that band. You know, Agnostic Front at Wetlands was a crazy show that I saw. You know, I mean, that was a pretty wild event. I mean, Wetlands to me was always like a creepy spot too. You know, I've seen a lot of bad things happen over there. No, no way. Thank God. Thank God I never did. Lead after Freddie. He came with Roger from Florida. Roger dragged him through. Some of the older guys did. No way. My family moved far from squats. I worked since I was 15 years old. My father came from road construction. I was on a job site shoveling asphalt when I was 15 years old. So at 15 years old, my father had me by the ear while he was up on the machine driving a grader or a roller. And my feet were burning wearing really, really cheap combat boots where the nails would stick into my feet because I didn't realize I can't wear combat boots on a job where I had like paratrooper boots. And the nails from the asphalt would melt through the rubber of my soles and come into my feet. But I was working and I wanted nothing to do with a squat. Yeah, I mean, before we changed the name, it was the Super Bowl Hardcore. You know, we took that name back. We changed it to the Black and Blue Ball. I think it was 2008. But probably Studio B days. Everyone remembers on Banker Street in Greenpoint. It was a club called Club Ice. It was a Polish spot and a nightclub. And the fact that we took this place over and the cops shut down the original place and we found this place. There was a dance railing on the dance floor. We had the guy cut it down and it was like the upstairs was under construction. You could fall through the floors. I remember I was talking about it for about a year and then a couple of guys were at Manitoba's and they said, in some other words, do it. So I got Freddie to help me out a little bit and we tagged up together. And, you know, that was the first big one, and just that whole vibe was like an old school vibe. And to this day, it's crazy. It's been 11 years. 11 years, but that was pretty intense. There were fights upstairs, fights outside. Not that fights make it interesting, but in a way. I hate that. I hate that. I mean, I respect the older guys, even the guys that are not so cool. But to say that just makes me nauseous. It's so alive. Hardcore will never die, ever, ever, ever. And usually what it comes down to is the guys that stop going to shows. It's true. Guys that stop going to shows or just get older and they move on in their life chapter to the next chapter in their life are the guys who normally say that. But there's so many great bands, young guys hopping in vans, touring, playing shows. It's not dead. There's so many. I mean, Heavy Chains, Pure Disgust is a great band we just booked at Barry Electric from DC. You got, let's see, a lot of good Jersey bands, I will say. New York has been also, Ache from New Jersey is a new band. Ryan Bland and Matt are in the band, a couple other guys. Definitely, Heavy Chains is one of my favorite newer bands, and they're the Jersey Shore band right now. Check them out. Yeah, I would say rest in pieces. Hope Armand's listening to this right now because, listen, we've drilled him from every angle. I've called people to time it perfect and to figure out, you call him today, I'll call him tomorrow. We've sandwiched him, but no dice. But I think rest in pieces would be something where people would probably, dive through, off balconies for again. That would probably be the next one. I mean, hey, Burn is playing. That's a big deal. But rest in pieces.